y'all, it's Diane with Shellcraft One and my old barn door and barn door treasures on eBay and Digital Diane Designs on Etsy for digitals only. And I know I had promised y'all a long time ago that I would give y'all a flip through of the mother's journal, or her cookbook journal that I made for my sister. I promised y'all I would do a flip through when I finished it. And so I finally got it finished. It is after my sister's birthday, but I talked to her on her birthday. She knows it's coming and she's super excited. But I wanted us to be able to be together when she opens it. And so we're going to meet up at the lake here in the next week or so and let her get her present. So I thought I'd go ahead and do the flip through so that y'all can see it before it's gone. So this is the final finished product, and I'm super excited with the way that it turned out. So I put this was my mother's nickname, and I thought it went really fun with the farmhouse look, because kind of did a farmhouse look for the journal, because that's kind of how my sister has her home decorated. And so I thought cotton would be really cool, because you know, cotton, you use that in the farmhouse decor anyway. So I did the layered cover. So this one opens up, and I just put her some vintage goodies that I know will remind her of mother. And then this little area here has the little clothespin, so she can attach a picture or a piece of memorabilia or whatever she would like. And then this one flips open, and again, some more vintage goodies in that pocket there. And I loved the check. This is from April 29th, 1914, but it's the American Cotton Oil Company. So I thought that was kind of fitting to put in there as well. And then in the very center here, I have this little pocket, and I wanted to leave the original cover of the book. So I've just cleaned it up really good. But I love the staining. That's probably from my mother's hands. And so I'm going to leave that there. And then I have just a little pocket that I've put my sister some papers and some goodies to use to decorate with in the journal as she is using the journal. So that is the cover. And then it opens up this way. Let me make sure I'm in frame. Sorry guys, I'm struggling with my camera right now. Okay, there we go. All right, so I put this little, it is a, oh my gosh, sewing pattern envelope. And I thought it was super cute. It's from the 60s. And then inside I have, my sister is like me. She's a huge Georgia Bulldogs fan. And this was gifted to me. And I thought, what better way to keep it than in Mother's journal. So I added that into that pocket for her. And I hope she doesn't sneak and watch this video before I get to give this to her. So Susan, if you're watching, you better turn it off right now. Okay, so this piece here, it was a couple of the holes had torn, so I just stitched on some paper there to reinforce it. You have a little French book page, vintage flash card, and then of course the cotton page, little envelope. And I didn't put a bunch of stuff in the journal because I want her to be able to put her stuff in the journal. So, but she has lots of frillies and lots of blingies. I did do the 80s type ephemera in here throughout as well, because that's when she and I were young girls and coming up, and so we are both 80s ladies, and so I wanted to give her a little bit of that. She's got some vintage ledger paper from 1903. Again, I put in quite a few pieces of ephemera from the 80s. And then just some things for her to play with in the journal. And this is a pocket that I made with the ledger paper. And then you have a glassine bag or envelope here that I've embossed with a little journaling card from 80s memorabilia in there. Sweet little children's book page. Is a vintage children's book page. And I left this piece on there because I felt like it would help to reinforce the holes. So I just left it. Again, the 80s memorabilia. I remember my sister having this game. And so I thought that would be fitting. And then a journaling card, a vintage Rolodex card or index card. And then just a little extra little piece for her to play with in the journal. And then here is a pocket that I made with, oh my goodness, my sister got the fashion plates and I was so jealous. I wanted to have the fashion plates too, but I didn't get them. I got something else. And so every now and then she'd let me play with her fashion plates. And then this can be a pocket in behind as well. This is that really cool wood paper that Rhonda sent me. Thank you, Rhonda. I absolutely love this. Some Helen Steiner Rice poems. Got the ruffle here, and I love these little journaling cards. And I love this because it says I always give the best advice, and my sister does always give the best advice. So, and then of course the 80s, the cassette tapes. Super fun. Vintage children's book page. And then again you have a flip out pocket here. This is a vintage receipt, and I thought this was fun because her husband's name's Alan. So and then just some vintage goodies again for her to play with in the journal. This flips open. I have a sweet little pocket here with a vintage Yahtzee scorecard, a vintage check from 1932, and then a vintage postcard from, I'm not sure, but it's old. Vintage book page. And then I did another sewing pattern envelope. I love this because Mother always wore her little house dress. And it is a it is a pocket, but it's fragile, so I paper clipped this and paper clipped a little journaling card there. This is a clear pocket that I was gonna put some of my mother's recipes in, and I cannot find, I have all my stuff in storage and I can't find her recipe box, so I'm just gonna have to tell my sister, look, as soon as I can get into storage really well and find it, I will add them to your journal. Love, love, love this embossed paper. Here is the bookmark that has the hearts and the ruby heart because her birthday is in July, so that's her birthstone. But it's a cool little bookmark. This you can use as a tuck. And then again, some more vintage ephemera. This reminds me of how my mother would cook us dinner. Love all the little blingy pieces that I've got dangling from the edges. And I didn't like the way this piece of lace hung way far out, so I just tacked it in here a little and just kind of bunched it up right there so that it doesn't stick out so far. And then in here you have a little pocket with some ephemera pieces. I love, this is their staples. This was from 1932, and this is what they originally used as staples instead of the staples that we have now. So that's pretty cool. Some more vintage ledger. Some goodies in that pocket there. And then you got another little dangle here. Some, I remember we used to walk to the store when we'd go see my grandmother in Florida. They'd let us walk down the back alley to the store down the street. And we'd each have $1 and we could get a whole little brown sack full of candy with that $1. And those were some of the candies that we used to pick. Again, I put these in here for her recipe cards, but or she can use these for pictures. So multi-purpose there. Lots of poems about mothers. Some more vintage ephemera there. And then this was a sweet, precious little book of John. And I just thought it would be fun to add that into the journal. I love these vintage math pages. And then on the edge here, and I think I'm going to have to fix this because on the edge of this piece of lace, I used Scrabble pieces and spelled out her name, but I think I need to do it this way instead of this way. So y'all tell me what you think. Should I switch this around? Because to me, if you look at this sideways, her name is backwards. So, but if you look at it from here, you know, going up and down, it's the correct way. So what do y'all think? Which way do y'all think I should fix her name? I think I need to zoom out just a little bit further so y'all can see a little better. I'm sorry. Didn't realize y'all couldn't see real well. Okay, hopefully that will be a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to turn this page. And then you have some vintage wallpaper, and on the back side I made a double pocket. So you have a little pocket here with the 80s fun stuff, and then some goodies tucked into the pocket. This is a very vintage, it's almost like cardstock. It's a really thick paper. I got this from my sweet friend Laura. Thank you, Laura. And then again with the, did y'all have a pair of jeans like this in the 80s? Put it in the comments below if you did. That was a big deal. Those were like the in pants, man. Vintage book page, vintage ledger page, vintage children's book. Some more stuff from the 80s. It's Papa Smurf and strawberry shortcake. Sweet little dangle here on the edge there. Beautiful little doily piece here. And then I've got the little jar that has the time clock pieces, the little second hand and the gears and stuff from clocks. Love the truck paper. I got this at Hobby Lobby, guys. They have this there if you want to look for it. And then this is a sack pocket that I've just put some goodies in for her to play with in the journal. And then some coffee dyed paper for her to journal on. Another ledger. I believe this one's from the 50s. This was my mother's favorite perfume, so I had to add something in there about that. Vintage check on this vintage lined blank music paper. And of course you have to have the Tupperware ad because you just have to have that. This is a little sack that flips out, and I just put this cute little napkin in there for decoration. That way she can take that out and put whatever she'd like to in there. My vintage children's workbook pages that I love. Boss paper. And then this is one of my music page pockets with some vintage 80s ephemera tucked in that little glassine envelope, and then just some things for her to play with in the journal. And then this folds open and you have a couple more pockets here that again I've just stuffed with goodies, and then it opens up this way as well for some secret journaling. And then this, I made a pocket and I put this sweet little telltale book, Susan and the Rain. It's a cute little story. I did read the book and it's adorable. So I left her a note in there telling her she can read it to the grandbabies. And that's a good way for them to learn what her real name is, because they call her Lolly. And then I just added this because I think it's beautiful and it goes with the decor. And my sister goes all out for fall and Christmas in her decorating. And this is the style that she decorates her house in. And so I thought it was fitting to add a page in. Beautiful vintage Doily Page there. She can pin pieces of memorabilia onto this for keepsake. Some more of the 80s ephemera. Do y'all remember the banana clips, the Aquanut hairspray, and the little barrettes? This is more from the 70s than the 80s, but still. And then the cigarette ad. My mother smoked Winston's. She was a heavy smoker and she smoked Winston's for as long as I could remember. So I added that in there. This is an envelope made out of vintage wallpaper. Nothing in there. That's for her to fill up. And then again, some more pages for recipe cards or pictures. Sweet little pin there, and I just kind of stitched this on to the back of the page and added a picture of Mother so that this doily kind of frames her picture. And I had this little Tim Holtz piece. My mother was 47 when she passed away, and so I just thought that was kind of fitting to add that there. Have a sweet little tag here and some more vintage ephemera pieces tucked into that little pocket. And she can take these out and put her own ephemera in here or whatever. And then the very last page is this beautiful doily page. And then I left this the way it is because you're really not going to notice it much. But this is a feather from the lake. And then the very back of the book, I just kind of collaged on it just to make it pretty, but I left some of the edges so that she could see the original book. So that is her journal. I hope she loves it. I think she will. I think she'll really, really love it. So I just wanted to do a quick flip through and share it with y'all because I promised you I would. Hopefully I didn't do that to where y'all couldn't see it. But anyways, so anyway, hope you enjoyed the flip through. That's the finished journal. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Big hugs.